Good morning students, welcome back to TSN class 7 science session. So we are at chapter 17 which is forest our lifeline, and this title totally suits our topic and this chapter because forest is our lifeline. The only lifeline which we have is our forest. Okay, because we are ultimately directly or basically we are directly dependent on forest, but indirectly also we are dependent on forest. The daily use things which we use in our, like the things which we use in our daily life is also dependent on environment. We all know the furniture, the spices which we eat or which we put in our dishes is also provided by plants. The oils which we use, basically everything is being provided by the forest. So we are ultimately dependent on forest. Forests are being called as our green lungs because as we know that the color of the forest is green, and secondly the lungs, they are called as green lungs because it has a work, it works, the forest works like lungs of the forest because they take carbon dioxide, do photosynthesis and provide us with the oxygen. So this work is being done by lungs. So this is why they are called as green lungs, and secondly they are called as water purifying system. They are being said water purifying system because the dirty water is being absorbed by the plants. Through transpiration, the water from the leaves is being provided to the environment, and ultimately it will come back to the earth in the form of rain. So they are called as water purifying system, and the water which is being provided in the form of rain is very pure. Okay students, so then we have talked about everything which we use in our daily life is being provided by forest. The raw material is forest. Then we have done two activities, 17.1 and 17.2. We have talked about canopy trees, what is canopy, the crown of the tree and so on. We are at activity 17.3 students, so let's continue. Dig a small pit, put vegetable waste and leaves in it. Now what you have to do, you have to dig a pit, you have to गड्ढा, आपको what you have to do is आपको एक गड्ढा खोदना है, then you have to put vegetable waste and leaves in it, then you have to cover them with soil, add some water. After 3 days remove the upper layer of the soil. Does the pit feel warm inside? Now what you have to do, you have to dig a pit, then you have to put vegetable waste and leaves in it, then you have to cover it with soil, and after some time, like you have to add water also, and after some time you will find out that the pit is being getting warmed because of the presence of saprophytes or decomposers or microorganisms and so on. The water is being provided because the food is the vegetable waste and leaves. Okay, and the other thing is water which we will provide. Second thing, ultimately what will happen, the decomposers or the microorganism will decompose those vegetable waste and the food which we provide with the use of that water, and ultimately they will grow there and decompose those things. After 3 days when we remove the upper layer, what will happen, the decomposers will work, and when we work, what happens, our body get warmed up, and this is the same process which is being done in that pit. When upper layer is being removed, the pit will feel warm inside. Paheli asked, there are so many trees here, also there are many forests like this. What difference will it make if we cut some trees for a factory? So Paheli, remember what Professor Ahmed had told him. Professor Ahmed said that that the forest is being the major source, and the unemployment in the town was growing and it was like crossing the limit, so people tried to cut the forest to make a factory there, but ultimately some people denied. So Paheli, remember this thing. Paheli asked, there are so many trees here, like we know there are so many trees on this earth. The earth feels green and red from the satellite when we see. There are so many forests on this, but if we will cut few, what will happen? There will be no effect on earth, but this is not true. Ultimately the ecosystem, what is ecosystem, students? Interdependent of one thing, one component on another, and making a balanced structure is called ecosystem. ठीक है, so ecosystem is being affected by one or the other component of the earth. Professor Ahmed said you have read about autotrophs, heterotrophs and saprotrophs. What are autotrophs, students? Which make their own food. These are called autotrophs. Heterotrophs are which are dependent on autotrophs, and saprophytes are the decomposers, microorganisms and so on. So we have learned that there are autotrophs, heterotrophs and saprotrophs in this environment. Everything is dependent on another, and we have learned that green plants produce food, okay, and all organisms, whether they are herbivorous, carnivorous. What are herbivorous, students? Herbivorous are those organisms which actually feed on plants. Carnivorous are those which eat meat and are dependent on herbivorous. And ultimately saprophytes. Saprophytes are decomposers. Those decompose those complex body part or the complex organic material into simpler organic material. Okay, so everything is ultimately dependent on food for water. Like if we will talk about the organism which eat meat, still they are dependent on plants, because they are dependent on such organisms which ultimately eat plants. Organisms which feed on plants often get eaten by other organisms and so on. Exactly, organisms which feed on plants are often dependent on other organisms and so on. For example, grass is being eaten by insect, and in turn it is being taken by the forest. The forest is consumed by snakes, and this is said to be food chain. Ultimately, one organism is dependent on another for food, and this makes a food chain. Grass is being eaten by insect, insect is being eaten by frog, frog is being eaten by snake, and snake is being eaten by eagle. This is a food chain. Okay, students, you got what is food chain? Many food chains can be found in the forest. All food chains are linked. If any one food chain is disturbed, it affects other food chains. So all are dependent on all food chains are interlinked. They are, one is dependent on another, and ultimately if one component of the food chain is being affected, then the whole ecosystem will get crashed. Every part of the forest is dependent on the other parts. We have talked about that these herbivores are dependent on plants, and plants are being dependent ultimately on environment because of the carbon dioxide and so on. If we remove one component, say trees, if we will remove if we will remove a single component, what will happen, students? The other component will ultimately get affected. So if we will remove one component or we will disturb one component, the whole ecosystem, the whole food chain will get crashed. So here is an interconnection which is provided between the soil, decomposers and plants. So we will see here. So in photosynthesis, what happens? Carbon dioxide is being taken in, and O2 is being given out, which organisms consume and which ultimately provide carbon dioxide. This is a food chain. Second thing is soil has nutrition which is taken by plants. Ultimately, when plants die, what will happen? These decomposers will decompose the organic material and provide the inorganic or the simple component of organic material, and ultimately the nourishment in the soil will be come back. So soil is also playing a very vital role, plus the water is being there in the soil which is taken by plants, and ultimately it will come back through rain. So this is one chain. This is whole dependence of one another, one component into the another. So this is all a interconnection between plants, soil and decomposers. So in the next session we'll start from page number 212. So we'll talk about humus, decomposers and so on. So in the next session we'll discuss that. Till then, please complete your work. I'll be sending you a few notes and question answers. Do complete in your copy. Until then, take care students. Have a nice day. Thank you.